Let's understand. I am taking our first way to understand entropy. So if you have any system, in this system if you supply heat, then before the heat supply you had entropy S1, but after heat supply you got entropy S2. So change in entropy, and of course when you are supplying the heat you will be having rise in temperature. So this change in entropy is a very popular way. There is a formula of this del S, that is path function Q divided by T. Del S is equal to Q by T. Some people consider this formula comes from the second law. Okay, anyway, you can see there is a change in entropy because of heat transfer. I am saying the word heat transfer. Now see, this transfer word means heat can be input, heat can be output. So if heat is going into the system, what kind of heat we consider? Positive or negative, guys? Tell me the answer. Very good. So if this value is positive, then of course this change will be positive. It means if in the system heat is being supplied, so you will consider your entropy is increasing. Earlier it was S1 and after the heat supply you got S2, so S2 is more. But if heat is taken out, then this Q will be negative, because of that your del S will be decreasing. So S2 will be less, del S will be negative. So change in entropy will be negative. It means just imagine one case. Here you learned you have a system, send heat, then in this case entropy of the system will be increasing. I mean entropy will be positive. Change in entropy, change. I am saying the word change, del here. I am talking about the S2 minus S1. This will be positive. It means S2 will increase. I mean S1 will increase and become S2. Another system. From that you are taking heat out. So in that case your S2 will be, in that case your S2 will be less than S1. So S2 minus S1 will be negative. In this case, when S2 minus S1 is negative, your entropy is decreasing. Now there is something called system, there is something called surrounding, there is something called universe. Entropy of the system may increase, may decrease. It means your del S can be positive or negative. Entropy for the surrounding may increase, may decrease. It means your entropy change can be positive or negative. But when you will add both the changes, then you will be finding out change in entropy of the universe. That will always be positive. That will always be positive. So if I will say my del S value is positive, it means entropy increased. If I will say del S value is negative, entropy decreased. Change in entropy will happen if and only if you have real process. Real process is always irreversible process. If your del S is coming 0, it means your S1 and S2, they are same. That's why del S is coming 0. It means there is no change in entropy. This will happen, change in entropy I am saying. This will happen if and only if you have ideal process. Ideal process means reversible process. If you have a reversible process, then your entropy change is 0. Okay. So in this entire explanation, we discussed entropy change because of heat transfer. Now we have to discuss entropy change which is not because of heat transfer but because of some other cause like friction. I'm saying that irreversibility. I'll change the page. See now. If you have change in entropy, this change in entropy can be because of heat transfer or it can be because of irreversibility. I means irreversibility. So because of heat transfer, just now we have discussed, this change can be positive also or it can be negative also. But because of irreversibility, entropy always increases. So change in entropy is always positive. It means your S2 will be always greater than S1. Whenever you do any process, then your states will change. So your entropies will change for every state. So every entropy will increase. Right? What is entropy? It is a point function. So can you find the difference between 2 points? Yes, of course you can find the difference between 2 point functions. Two values of the point function. So S2 minus S1 will be positive. S2 minus S3, sorry, S3 minus S2 will be positive. S4 minus S3 positive. S5 minus S4 positive. So here you have understood change in entropy because of heat transfer can be positive or negative, but change in entropy because of irreversibility is always positive. Always positive. Okay. Now based on this entropy change, on my website I have very good test paper, mock test series. So whenever you guys are completing your thermodynamics after the revision properly till the entropy and after completing gate PYQs, you can go and take that mock test. Okay. So I will ask one question here. Suppose you have a glass. In the glass you have water and you are keeping one ice cube here. So this is your ice and this is your water. So I am considering this glass as my system. Okay. So or you can say that you are considering in some other way, you can say that you are considering this as system and the water as surrounding. Ice I am considering as system and water I am considering as surrounding. Why this ice I am considering as system? Because I want to analyze whatever is happening with the ice. So whatever part you are analyzing or you are doing study, thermodynamic study, that part you will say as your system. So this ice I am saying as my system. Now what will I do? I will analyze the ice and after certain time I will feel that there is no ice. Means entire ice converted into water. This will happen. Okay. So imagine in the beginning I took ice as minus 24 degrees Celsius and temperature was constantly going towards 0 degrees Celsius. Because then only the ice will convert into water slowly. And after that, suppose this water was in the beginning, water was hot. Suppose in the beginning, water was at 30 degrees Celsius. In the beginning. When you kept the height, that time ice water is 30 degrees Celsius. Now see what to do. When you are mixing this ice will melt. It means temperature of the ice will increase. If the temperature of the ice is increasing, it means you can clearly see that one thing is ice and one thing is water. It means from water to the ice, heat transfer is happening. So in the ice, you are supplying the heat, but from the water, you are taking the heat out. So change in entropy for the ice should be positive and change in entropy for the water should be negative, because this entropy change we are finding because of heat transfer. Okay. Now see, if this change in entropy and this change in entropy you will add together, so you will be getting a new entropy, means new change in entropy. Because ice we are considering as system, then water I am considering as surrounding, then in system also some change in entropy is happening, in surrounding also some change in entropy happening. If I'll add both the changes, then I'll be getting entropy change of the universe. So that is definitely positive. No need to calculate also. That is always positive. That's why sometimes we refer that entropy of the universe always will be increasing. Always. Entropy of the universe always increases. And entropy of the universe can never decrease. This kind of case is never possible. And already we have discussed, if entropy change is 0, then we consider reversible process. Otherwise, in your daily life, whatever you see, you feel, you do, everything is real process. Real process means it will definitely have irreversibility. So in real life, always, every time, because of irreversibility, your entropy will increase. And another type of entropy will increase or decrease because of heat transfer. So in this example, I took the example of heat transfer. Okay. Now another example I am going to take where heat transfer is not involved but irreversibility is involved. So very easy example. There is something called normal shock wave. Guys, have you heard about normal shock wave? Both of you? No? Okay. Any other shock wave? Bow shock, normal shock, oblique shock, any other shock? No? Okay. C. Okay, then no problem. We can consider anything else where irreversibility is involved. Suppose I am taking normal shock wave is a good example to explain this. So suppose you have normal shock wave and here you have a flow. So in this flow, your temperature is something, your pressure is something. In same way, your entropy is something. When this flow will jump the normal shock wave, I mean when the flow will enter to the normal shock wave, it will come this side of the shock. That time your temperature, pressure and entropy, everything will decrease. Here you are not supplying heat. Actually this shock wave you can have in the shock tube or it can also have in our atmosphere, open atmosphere. So whatever entropy you are getting here, this entropy will be less than this entropy. I'm sorry, this entropy will be more than this entropy. H2 will be more than S1 always, because this change in entropy is happening because of irreversibility directly. Who is causing irreversibility? This normal shock wave is highly irreversible. Okay, so that's why your entropy H2 is more than S1. So here if you'll find out del S, that is nothing but H2 minus S1, then it is going to be positive always. So that's why I said in the beginning, we have two types of entropy. One change in entropy, sorry, we don't have two types of entropy. We have two types of change in entropy. One change can happen because of heat transfer, and one change can happen because of irreversibility. Entropy because of heat transfer can be positive or negative, and entropy because of irreversibility is always positive. I'm talking about the change. Okay, so this is the main fundamental idea about entropy. Okay, now I will ask some questions and you guys will reply. Suppose, just one example. You have a tire and you have some valve and you have some pump here, and with the help of this pump you are filling the air inside. Then entropy of the tire will increase or decrease. This is your real life example, so don't consider ideal. This is real. So question is, for this tire, if I'll consider this tire as my system, then entropy of the system will increase or it will decrease. Try. Anything? Any answer? Positive. Okay. Dhruv, your answer? Positive. Okay. So it is going to be positive because when you will supply the air, it will also increase the temperature inside. So it is kind of like somewhat heat will also supply inside. And of course friction will be there. So your entropy change will be positive always for this tire if you consider as a system. Okay. Now we have some very good numericals on the entropy. Before that we'll discuss some thermodynamic formulas if we are going to discuss entropy. So see now, just now I took that formula del S is equal to Q by T, where with the Q I kept this symbol del by Q, del Q by T. So this del represents Q is the path function, that's all. So when you want to find out the total heat transfer, you can send this T here. So T and this you can write as TDS is equal to, you put is equal to this side, is equal to del Q. So this became your another formula for the heat transfer. And that's why, because this TS diagram you can draw like this. Suppose I'm drawing like this. So this is your T line, this is your S line. So you are going on this line. So on the TS diagram, from here to here you are going, so you are covering this area. So if you'll find the area under TS diagram, it will represent entropy, heat transfer. So heat transfer is a path function, no doubt in this. And few collections we have taken. When heat transfer is 0, then entropy. When friction is 0, then entropy. When friction is there, then entropy. So all these things. Now we are going to discuss how to remember some important formulas. So see, you have a formula in which we write del Q is equal to du plus del W. Now this formula is nothing but coming from the first law, but the same equation is applicable as TdS is equal to du plus PdV if you are doing any process in a closed system. So in this formula, what I have done, I have only replaced the dq value in terms of entropy change. So there are some popular formulas for the entropy change. Those formulas I will give you. See, if you have any closed chamber and you are changing the state of the closed chamber, you suppose you are changing your volume pressure P1 to P2, your volume V1 to V2, and you are changing anything else, temperature T1 to T2. So with the help of these two properties, and these two properties, we have to remember some formulas of change in entropy. So your change in entropy del S is nothing but m CV ln T2 by T1 plus m R ln V2 by V1. Very important formula. So this is one formula. Then you have second formula. This formula is in terms of temperature and volume. So temperature comma volume formula. Then you can also have change in entropy formula is like CV ln T2 by T1 plus R ln V2 by V1. No need to write, I will give you the PDF. In the PDF you can make your notes. So see, here again this formula is in terms of temperature and volume. Only thing is, here with the temperature mCV was coming, here with the temperature only CV is coming. Here with the volume mR is coming, here only R is coming. What is the difference between this formula and this formula? In this formula you are writing mass also, but in this formula you are not writing mass. It means what? This entire formula you have divided by mass. It means this entropy change is not the total entropy change, it is a specific entropy change, because you know whenever you divide total answer with the mass you get a specific answer. In same way, so this formula you saw in terms of temperature and volume. Now I will give you a formula in terms of temperature and pressure. Formula will be almost similar. You can write change in entropy is nothing but mCP ln T2 by T1 minus mR ln P2 by P1. Now here you can see I am using minus sign, and again m and m is coming. It means this change in entropy is total. But if you divide by mass, like here, here and here, then mass will get cancelled and you will be getting del S by m. So this will be your change in entropy, but a specific change in entropy. Now trick here, when you are using pressure term, then you use Cp here but with minus sign. When we are using volume term, then you use Cv here but with plus sign. And one more trick is there. When you are using volume or when you are using pressure, always keep this V2 by V1 and P2 by P1 in the formula. And temperature you will be writing same, T2 by T1 in both the formulas. Now we have last formula which is in terms of pressure and volume. We saw two formulas in terms of temperature, volume, temperature, pressure. Then now we are seeing same third change in enthalpy formula, mCp ln V2 by V1 plus mCv ln P2 by P1. Same explanation for this also, only this in terms of volume and pressure. So once all these three formulas are ready, then you can solve some numericals based on this. Now they can ask one great question. Suppose I have any chamber. In this chamber I have state 1. You should recall what is state. State is nothing but this T1, P1, V1, S1, H1. These people are known as states. So I'm in properties.